Family Force Volume 1, or Family Force V, Book 1. This is a new comic series that is created by Matt Broly, that you can buy the first volume now, and I finally read through it. I've had it for about a week, so finally read, well, almost a week. It came out like last week, but it's a really great comic series. So if you know Matt Broly, which if you don't, he created a Disney Channel show called Amphibia, which is a great show. I plan to review it. I should have reviewed it while it was on the air, but I didn't bother. But when season 2, or not season 2, when the comic series, whenever that drops. I'm sorry, my dog is being super irritating right now. Anyways, so it's a great show, but that show very much showed that this guy is very influenced by anime in his work. That show was kind of the isekai anime, which if you don't know what isekai anime, it's basically like a show where basically a bunch of characters get sucked into like a fantasy setting, and they have to learn to kind of figure it out and get back home kind of stories. It's very similar format stuff. Well, this book is another type of anime, the like superhero Power Ranger type anime stuff, which of course Power Rangers also comes from Japan. It's based on a show called Super Sentai. So, you know, Power Rangers is an American thing, but it's based on a Japanese thing. So, and, you know, it's got some, you know, Gundam elements and action animes in here. And so, it's a really great book that I do think is just straight up fantastic. First of all, the art in this book is great. But I do have some complaints. We'll talk about that in a second. This is book 1. It doesn't end on a cliffhanger, obviously, so we are getting book 2. I don't know. I guess it would depend how many they sell. I don't think they've announced a release date for book 2. I wish it was up for pre-order already, but whatever. But this book is really good because basically we deal with our main character here. Some mild spoilers, but I am really early on in the book, so I don't know how much of a spoiler it is. So fair warning if you haven't read this yet. But basically, this young girl, teenage girl, is in a situation where all of her family members are kind of this like Power Rangers superhero team that kind of takes down giant monsters. That's kind of what they do. It's kind of their whole thing, and they have to do that. But basically, the world is so used to these giant monsters being around that it's kind of become normal to them. But yet, you know, so her family goes in there. Her dad dies, and now she's working to pick up the pieces, balance her school life and her family life. And this is where my criticism get into it. I think all that drama is fantastic. It's a great starting off point for a story. It's all really well written and pretty well realized. I think my problem is this first book should have done a better job introducing these ideas a little bit better, where I don't understand why she has to be on the team, right? You know, or like her siblings are really, really young. So why does this all have to be a family thing? Why does it have to be just them? Like, why can't it be other people? You know, it's constantly like superhero stuff, like Spider-Man type stuff of like teenage person, powers, balance, responsibilities, high school, dating, all that stuff. I get what they're going for. But when I'm actually watching it, or reading it, I should say, I just wish there was more of a setup there. She complains about not having really a family life or a social life. But you meet like one friend that you barely see or interact with. You know, I think that, you know, if this was a show, you would have a couple episodes introducing, you know, you to this world, how it works, and then you would take, by episode 3, kind of throwing us more into the heavy plot stuff by the end of it. So I feel like it's all a little bit rushed in this first book. It's still very well written and well realized, and I was really sucked into the emotions. I really enjoyed just about every character. I wish her siblings had gotten a little bit more in these books, but it's clear they're just young and they might just be there just for gags. But it feels like would have liked a little bit more with those characters. But I do really like this book. Really like it. It's very well written, and I cannot wait to read more. This is also a book series that I could totally see going on, or a comic series I could see going on for a long time, because there's a lot of interesting lore and stuff here. So let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe. Have you read it? Do you plan to pick this up? Highly recommend it, especially if you like Matt Burley's stuff and you like anime and all that stuff. Very much influenced by all that. It's great stuff.